this is gonna be their new residence out of their business of pot making, clay pot making. So walking back here, you can see he got some fiber pots and clay. Kamu yung naghimo ani madam? So they are the makers. Kani ang inyong gihimo. So they're making the terracottas themselves. Ana na may factory sa Luyo? So tapila man ning inani madam. So I was asking him how much is this, like this size.
Kana mo na shake one ma'am, 100 na dagko.
So this 3 for 100.
Kari siya
25 for that one. So you can actually see that she's the one making this because of the price that she's charging. I know in one in the display center in the city, it's more expensive. Kusog inyo halin diri madam.
Karon ma'am murag di na kayo kay kuan naman siya ma'am, hinay siya kay
So,
siya kompetensya, may fiber, may plastic.
Pero dugay na kanahimo ani madam. So she's been making this for a long time already, but recently because the competition of plastic, fiberglass, which more people are preferring now than the terracotta, she said that is slowing down. Unsa man siya made of? Unsa man siyang
Kanang clay.
clay nga yuta. And
Then kanang bas sa dagat na pino.
so he's mixing it with the sand of the sea. And
then ikaw man kaugon then lutuon.
oh, so after that they mix and shape it and mix the sand, the clay and the sand of the sea. Oh yeah, and then they will put it in an oven. You can see that they have their factory on the back. Asa ninyo himuon ni madam? Luyo?
Oh, dito ma'am. Toto to igahulma ma'am ay.
Pwede tan-awon madam?
Pwede ma'am.
So we are walking here towards the factory of the lady that's making the pots. Mutan-aw mi sir. Look at that. They're making new ones. Just newly made. Oh. Oh, kani. So this is for this one here you're looking at are for the dish for feeding chicken, and this is the one that they have here. Oh. Yeah, they will inyo pa na pintalan sir. So they will have to paint it katong say color ato terracotta. Paint it with terracotta. Pila ka days magkuan sir? Mag-dry, magbuuga.
Apit mo sa bulan. Duha ka semana or buhat na ko ani gikan ani pagbuhat na ko duha ka semana.
Oh.
Oh. Wala pa mo maugay, iguga na mo ituo na mo.
Ah, so they have to dry it first, you know. Like this one, he's making one here. And it takes 2 weeks for it to dry. Kani sir, no?
Oh.
So that's the one that takes 2 weeks to dry. Nya ko magkauga sir, kana mo diha.
Ah, ana diyan magluto.
So after that 2 weeks, they will then bake it here on the butangan unsa man siya pagluto sir. So the pots are actually on the top. Naa na siya sa sodia ron sir.
Wala na awa pa ni kay pa ni mo uga.
Ah, so this is like waiting for them to
Uga ana luto ana ari ni diri nagdanig ari.
oh.
Bukong.
Oo.
Mani resulta sa nabuak.
Oh, so these are like collateral damage, you know. Like
mga kaang niya nga tulon ana diya.
Eh.
Tapos tapunan nagsalwa.
so that's what happened. He will pile all the pots and the pots that he has made after 2 weeks, and then file it up with all this dried coconuts on the side, and then he will put some of that. And mo na siya dagkutan nimo sir. Then lit it up, and then pila ka oras ang luto sir?
5 oras.
So pero di siya kayo yun no. Oo. So if you notice around, like they keep on been baking here the sa unahan. Urahan ka na.
Gawas anang koral kanang unahan may tindahan dito.
Sige na lang. Unya na lang sir. If you notice, the coconut is not even touched on the top. So that means 5 hours to bake those terracotta clay. And it will be like not on fire, but like just the actual because this one won't not go on fire. They'll be watching it that it will not be burning. So it's just slowly and gradual heat. It's like baking it all up. So this one here, huh? 8 pesos. So these are all ordered now for Dumaguete City. And of course they'll be giving you the cost price. And so from this is now their house that they're trying to make. They said slowly this is gonna be their new residence out of their business of pot making, clay pot making. Amo na imong bagong balay, sir. Oh, so here, dugay na mo nagnegosyo ani, sir? How long pila na ka?
Na lang ni ani, amo ni among gidak at bukog na mo, mga inahan na mo nga.
Ah, imong mga inhan mo sa day. So this is what they have inherited from their parents and grandparents.
Itignaya sa pagkaang ba? Trabaho may kontraksyon ana. Karon pa rin nakabalik ani nga na pandemic pagyud bitaw.
So because it's not earning so much before the pandemic, they have to stop and then do some construction, and the making of pots has become like like a hobby already. But during the pandemic, there's a lot of orders, so they go back to this business again. Asam sa dumumukuha og kanang clay nga kuan, sir?
Bilyadulid karkar.
So the clay soil is taken from Bilyadulid Karkar niya. Ang katang kanang gagmay sa bas.
Sa pandan.
Sa pandan ra makuha. Libre ra.
Pwede ra magiktan mo na nagbantay dia 50.
So they can just get the sandy type of soil, but in the Bilyadulid. But they buy it in Bilyadulid for 50 pesos per sack of the clay. So this is how it is for a family of clay maker, ornamental clay maker, in which, because one of the advantage that happened during the lockdown is people have with this kind of business of gardening and pot making, they are striving because a lot of demand. And like his wife was saying to us, because they have now competition of plastic and fiberglass with all the fancy design, it's also affecting their sales. But there are still a lot is one thing, especially this one for the chickens that you're looking at here. Wholesale for this chicken small pots is 8 pesos. That's what they're selling it. And those big pots there, they're selling it for 20 pesos each, wholesale, cooked and painted. And so they are now earning good money out of this. As you can see that he is now trying to build a new house. So sa usa ka adlaw, sir, pila mahimo nimo, sir, ana? So he can make 300 of that in one day.
Pots good na klase nga mga pottery, ani nga kaan, klase ha.
Kanang dagko.
Dagko.
So he can make those small ones 300 a day. He's the only one working on it, mine.
200 na mas
So 100, 200 a day, he can finish in one day. So magsugod ka buntag sa you guys, sir. So after alas 6 o'clock. So there's no assistance, it's just him doing this everything. So that's what, like, it's like from his home, which is just here, you can see there, that's hot, and then he just go here in his factory of the pots. But at least na kay daghang order ron, sir. Para
ako ang buhat na ko, ma'am, order na ko kanya ko man, mabubuo ko na suglod.
So he's now picking up dry coconut husk for cooking those when they dry. Kani dili pa ni siya ready, di pa na dry, sir. So it's, you can see it's not dried yet because the actual clay will start to go white before they cook it.
Buhat na ko ani, gikan karon. Lantam nga duha kasi semana. Toto na ni.
So he just made it today. So like 2 weeks from now, he will start cooking it. So in the meantime, he's just doing the collecting of those.
So for order, sir, you have number or...
Number, tawagan na namo.
Sige, at least
Sige.
we can promote you, sir.
May promote ka ng taga-anak, mga number dong. So taga-imig number, sir.
May number mo, sir.
Ako lang ako ang anak.
Asa ka na dito sa tindahan?
Oh, anak ni
I'll just get the... Ka.
ani Aisha. Ato lang mo pa Aisha.
So we will be giving you their contact number. So any one of you who got your own designs of terracotta or want to have a business of terracotta in your place, you can contact them direct. They are our small makers of pots. A family that sells this on the roadside of Sibonga. So you can get it here on cost price, or they're lower price than retail, then you can resell it. Or if you need more, it's better to go direct to the makers, and you can also help this family finish their new house that they are building here. So they started to build that big house now because of the income they have during this lockdown, and this is their house. They do live simply here. They even have their multi-cabs, but they do like living simply. Inyo na balayga. So he was saying that he rather prepare you pick up the items here. That's why he's not putting up the price so much. Because his multi-cab is only used to transport all the materials needed, sand, clay, and sometimes some of this coconut, when they run out, they buy it from somewhere else. So he can just concentrate because he got no other assistant. It's just him. So he prepares his customer to pick up the items, put their order, and then he'll call them back when it's all ready to be picked up. Sige, sir. Mangayo mi sa imong number, sir, ha? Okay. Anyone? Sige. Pottery. Sige. Thank you, sir, ha? So, this is the pottery that Mr. Leonardo is displaying. This is his wife who's displaying this. Pero kaning mga fiber, ma'am, inyo na lang yung kuan. Kinompra. So, these are the fiber ones, the white ones are the one, and the plastic ones they have purchased from the city. But all these pots are made by her husband, Mr. Leonardo. So I could say that it's more cheaper than the ones I could buy in the city. So I'll be buying a few, so she'll have a sale. Papalita ko atong dako-dako ni mo, mambi. I just bought a few pots because I've noticed that it's more cheaper than the one I could get in the city. I need some pots for my bromeliads collection because of all the plants, that's the one I'm very impressed of. So maayo sad, ma'am, no, kay kusog-kusog ba ni ani kay mga wholesale ninyo, no? Oh, so they have resellers that coming here and they pick it up some from the city. So they have wholesale prices and they have retail prices. Pila sad ang diferensya sa wholesale? Pila minimum nga order?
Sa kuwan na niya, ma'am, sa wholesale anak niya, siyang 25 ko na mo 20, hatag mo 20.
Okay, so the retail for 25, you can have 20, but minimum order, ma'am, 50.
Bisag kuwan, pila ka ba? 100,
Pero minimum like 50 lang ilang kwaon from wholesale na mo. So 50 pieces of pots, they can give you the wholesale price. So wholesale pricing starts at 50 pieces up, and she can give you wholesale prices lesser than what she's charging me. But of course, you can understand he needs to get back her capital. So this is located here in the sides of Sibonga. Her husband is named Mr. Leonardo, and his number is 0968 201 2373, and look for Mr. Leonardo Pottery in Sibonga. Kasi nga ni mo, ma'am? Nora. So his Leonardo's wife, his name is Nora. She's the one that's watching here on the side road. So these are the potteries that you can see here in the roadside of Sibonga, Cebu.